Hello and welcome to week 3 of the All That Is Infinite Wisdom channeling series. Today's question comes from Anonymous, and the question is, how can I stay in my center and respond with love when I am in conflict with someone? So what I will do is I will tap into a trance state and then I will connect with non-physicals who will speak through me to give this answer to the collective. So if you want to ask a question, you can leave it right in the comments down below, or you can also email me. I'll put that in the description box. So I'll read the question one more time and then I will tap right in. How can I stay in my center and respond with love when I am in conflict with someone? Greetings, dear soul. Just the fact that you asked such a question shows the evolution your soul has already had. You are already on a path that is enriched with love and highest timeline potentials. How does one stay in their center when there is a conflict with another human on your planet? First, one must realize that souls come into bodies physically in this physical environment because they are seeking growth and expansion. However, we also must remind you that love is the most healing force in the universe. Love is the very energy that is constantly expanding your soul. Love is the very energy that constantly expands all of life. The point of all of life is to expand and to grow, to live, to experience, to stretch your consciousness and expression further. You also must realize that as humans, all conflict or unhappy dynamics between humans is caused by value judgments or resistance in yourself or others. One must understand that every human is constantly doing that which they believe based on the information they have in that moment, their experiences, will fulfill their dominant need to feel good in that moment. When one is in conflict with another, they are resisting that other's expression. They are placing value and weight on that other person's expression. To stay in a centered and high vibrational place while being in conflict with another, one must first know what their center feels like. We would not encourage you to wait for conflict to explore your own consciousness, to feel the truth of who and what your consciousness is. Ideally, one would be cultivating a very solid and grounded expression, one that is rooted in love for themselves, for others, for life. And one must know that nothing outside of them has the power to derail or destabilize the centered space unless one consciously or unconsciously gives that other the power to do so. We would encourage love to be the guiding force. We would encourage one to ask themselves the question, what is my highest intention? For this will allow a perspective that is big enough to hold an opposing view, that one may see the divinity and expansiveness of every single other soul, that one may see the interconnectedness of all souls, that one could see everything on this earth plane simply as a movie, that there are different characters in this movie, there are different happenings in this movie, different scenes. But when one knows that love is the powering and guiding force of expansion of this entire universe, that love is the most powerful healing force in this universe, then one can truly find their highest intention and can still hold love in their heart for that other person, even despite there being a conflict. One can bring love to the situation. One can bring love to themselves for believing what they believe. And one can bring loving intentions to the other person as well. It is not always easy. Life on your planet was not meant to be easy. For this is helping you to grow even more than if there were harmony. If one is able to stay in the space of love and expand beyond the situation or the conflict, one grows, one expands. We're also just asking you to realize the fleeting and temporary nature of your human existence, that it is but a blip in time and space. To remember that nothing on your planet is as serious as the programs in your mind make it out to be. We'd remind one that energy is neutral. It just is. Even conflict is just energy in a impermanent, ever-changing form. So we would ask you to remember that holding on to conflict or resentment is only obstructing your flow, is only holding you back from your highest expansion. So we would ask you to begin seeing energy as varying forms of energy. Just as you watch a gallon of milk pour out onto the floor and spill in different directions. So it is with emotions. Just allowing them to move and flow, to change form, not to cling or grasp or oppose or resist. For in doing so, you allow that energy to move through you as your container grows larger to hold more compassion and more wisdom in your heart. One could also realize that they will choose to stay in the vibration of love because that's who they are, regardless of another's decisions to stay in lower frequencies. That is their choice. That is their soul journey and their path. One may also remember times when they were opposing another and just realize that every soul has its moments. And as cliche as it is on your planet, to always remember the golden rule to love others as you would yourself. By you holding the vibration of love and staying lifted in high consciousness, no matter what the appearances are, you will always win because you are aligned with the objective of life and expansion itself. We hope this helps. So that's that for today. Leave me your questions, your comments down in the comment box. Send me questions privately through email if you'd like. And thanks for watching and thanks for receiving this. Talk soon. See you next Tuesday. Bye bye.